Learning and growing can be fun, right? You're probably thinking it can be frustrating too. Well, that's for sure, but it can also be fun. We've had to learn a lot recently with reference to virtual communication, communicating in meetings and communicating in conferences. There's an etiquette that goes with that, and we need to learn about that also, and perhaps you already have. Let me remind us of just a few things that we need to give attention to in every virtual conference. One of them has to do with preparation and being ready. It's a good idea to have a checklist and just check off the things that we need to have done in preparation for our meeting. One of these is to check the background. Is there anything in our background that might distract? Are there noises that could interfere? We need to be ready completely when we click on the camera so that no one sees us getting ready, but sees us ready to go, ready to begin the conference. Let me mention a second thing, and that is with reference to our eyes. We need to have eye contact. Now, that's kind of strange in view of the fact that we're virtual, but the way that we have eye contact is by looking into the camera, not looking at the monitor unless the monitor has the camera in it. Now, I like to think in terms of eye connect, and that is with reference to how we are actually reaching others in the meeting or the conference. This brings us to something in regard to simply smiling. Smiling makes such a huge difference, and with our focus on the camera and a smile, we're able to connect more effectively with others. I read recently that a smile can be seen from 100 yards away. That's the length of a football field. Smiles are powerful for connecting. Another thing that I would mention has to do with using humor in virtual conferences or meetings. Humor is used oftentimes in on-site meetings by speakers, but yet at the same time, we can use humor virtually if we understand that there is a difference. There's no one to respond virtually. They may think it's funny, but yet we'll never know it. And for that reason, we need to get in and get out when we're using humor. And then lastly, but very important to us, is the idea of courtesy and kindness in our conferences and in our virtual meetings. I have a friend, Jeffrey Tumlin, who's an author. He makes a statement that I often think of, and that is that kindness does not cause a fraction of the problems caused by unkindness. We need to be kind to everyone in our meeting. Consider them as guests in our home. How would we treat people who are guests in our home with consideration and kindness, right? If we'll keep these things in mind, then we're much more likely to connect with others virtually, and our connections will last longer.